can also contact +254 020 491 0000 or email us at pr@ounbi.ac.ke.
of March 2024, it is exactly 4 p.m. This is the trending news here on Lookuptv. Remember, you can watch this bulletin live on our Facebook and YouTube pages at Lookuptv. We kickstart our bulletin now, and we start with Narok County, and a veteran journalist Rita Tinina has been laid to rest in Olakirikirai, Narok County, with President William RUTO, among other leaders, remembering her as a great storyteller. Rita died last week at the age of 46 after suffering from severe pneumonia. She has left behind her lover, Robert Nagila, and daughter, Mia Malaika. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has urged the Ministry of Education and the Teachers Service Commission to form a dedicated technical team responsible for implementing the recommendations outlined in the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms. Addressing officials from both entities during a gathering at his official residence in Karen, Nairobi, the Deputy President emphasized the importance of collaborative efforts, highlighting that reforms pursued independently by the two agencies can hinder progress.
Of the other recommendation and have a common stand on the implementation of the recommendations. We don't want a parallel effort because it will not help the process. So we want to understand what TSE wants. It is fair enough. What the ministry wants is fair enough, but it must be within one framework. We cannot work at cross purpose. We cannot work differently because we are one country, we are one government, we are one people, and all this is to the benefit of our children, the benefit of the stakeholders of the educational system. The educational sector is so important to our administration and to the country. That is why we have appropriated 27% of the national budget to the educational sector. And the importance of learning and our children and the sensitivity around the school space. We cannot afford to get it wrong. There is beauty in harmony. There is success when people work together. It helps a lot when we all pull in the same direction. People may have divergent opinions, but there should be a forum where all those...
To matters of tourism now, and President William RUTO has promised continued support for the tourism sector, which contributes largely to the country's GDP. Speaking at the grand opening of the JW Marriott Nairobi at the Global Trading Center in Westlands, RUTO said the expansion marks a significant milestone for Kenya's tourism sector, with over 100 properties worldwide. JW Marriott's investment reinforces Kenya's position as a premier investment and tourism destination.
TC has accordingly attracted a leading global hospitality brand the iconic JW Marriott Hotel, to accelerate the transformation of Kenya's tourism, hospitality, meetings, incentives, and exhibitions. At a time when we have embarked on a fundamental repositioning of the sector in keeping with the imperatives of our plan. Part of the campaign I have sustained for the last 1 year is to give a different perspective of our country and our continent.
Look at what we have seen. There's one fundamental message that comes through: investor confidence. Your Excellency, you have been pursuing very vigorous diplomacy and setting the stage for even more investment. So I would like each of us to ponder that would an investor come forward and put the kind of billions that have been put here if they have no confidence in Kenya? So this is symbolism of a very strong mark of approval and the level of confidence that Kenya inspires.
Nairobi is the go-to place. We're working on.
Interior CS Kithure Kindiki has said that the government is putting up several treatment and rehabilitation centers as it looks forward to partnering with county governments to ensure all the counties have a rehabilitation center offering affordable services. While inspecting the Meritini Treatment and Rehabilitation Center in Mombasa County, Kindiki said the government is set to increase security surveillance in the ocean in a bid to curb drug trafficking, which comes by ship.
Drug Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, which is a flagship project of the Ministry of Interior through NACADA. The purpose of this visit is to assess progress which we have made in the towards the construction of this center. This center is a new facility. It is work in progress. We took over this site. It used to be used for purposes of the mandate of the National Youth Service before, but we took it over 13 acres to put up a state-of-the-art center of excellence for the treatment. This country will look very different in another 2-3 years. You will see the direct benefit: reduced crime rate, a healthier population, more productive population, and that will translate to a better GDP for our country. So we remain seized of this matter. As I have said, this is going to be our center of excellence. We will partner also with the county governments across the country. First of all, we'll use this facility when it is complete to train and to assist counties to benchmark on how they can replicate.
Now, grief has engulfed Chui village, Muranga County, after 2 men were brutally hacked to death by an unknown individual. The victims have been identified as Stanley Irengu and Bernard Mwangi, both 44 years old and without immediate family. Witnesses now say the two were involved in an altercation with a third person at a local bar before their gruesome death. Residents have called on authorities to speed up investigations and arrest the suspect.
Nikaambiwa brother yangu amekatakatwa. Nikachukua gari kitu saa 6 hivi, nikateremka nikaenda paka Kiriaini. Nikampata amekatwa hapa hivi na kijana mwingine rafiki yake walikuwa wanafanya kazi na yeye. Sasa kutoka Kiriaini nilipitia mahali walikuwa wameuawa. Nikapata walikuwa wameachana na about 10 meters, sio 10 meters, 10 foot. Juu ni kutoka hapa paka pale. Nikashuhudia, nikaona na nikadhibitisha ni brother yangu ameuawa.
Kuuawa ni brother zangu yule mdogo, miaka yake ni 44. Na huzuni mwingi bila huyu ndugu yangu ndiye tulikuwa tunasaidiana. Sasa ameenda, na ningeomba serikali ifanye juu chini huyo mtu angalau aondolewe vile hata kwa kijiji watu wana hofu vile hawajui nani mwingine atakuja kuendea hiyo mambo.
Huyo mtu alikuwa ametenda kitendo kingine na akaua watu wengine wawili na akaenda jela. Na hakuwa amekaa sana hapa, tangu atoke jela amekaa tu miaka 2 na tulikuwa tumeona kama amechange.
Sasa ombi langu ni serikali ijaribu juu chini ituondolee huyo mtu area kwa sababu tuko na hofu.
Now 1,100 tourists and 500 crew members arrived early morning in Mombasa on board MS Ambience cruise ship. The arrival of the cruise ship now signifies an economic boost ahead of the Easter holidays. The operational ultra-modern cruise terminal has recorded 4 cruise ships since the start of last year.
The passengers and 500 crew members on board this Ambience cruise ship. Since January this year, 2024, we have received a total of 4 cruise ships with passengers, the passengers together with the crew, totaling to 8,366 so far. And therefore this goes along to explain or to indicate that Kenya is one of the prime cruise ship destinations in Africa.
The authority constructed an ultramodern cruise ship here in a bid to enhance passenger experience at the port of Mombasa and solidify Kenya's position as a hub not only for cargo operations but also for cruise ship tourism in Africa.
I know this is one of the highlights on our cruise. We are on a 132 days cruise around the world, and lots of our guests are already off the ship, start to explore what it's on offer, both what's nearby, and also we have people going overnight tours in Kenya.
Over the next 2 days, we'll be traveling around and seeing the marine park and the safaris and everything like that. So, thanks for having us, guys.
Now, police in Kiambu County are investigating an incident where a 52-year-old man was found dead in his house in a Tiganga village after allegedly drinking illicit brew that evening. Area residents have decried police laxity in enforcing stringent measures against illicit brew, the sale of illicit brew in the region.
Hata kufunga wafugangi wanauza na pombe, wanauza pombe na nini na viondo huku. Imagine tumechoka hata sisi, nataka haki itendeke, haki itendeke, na kwenye alikuwa nakunywa hata sisi tunataka kujua.
Leo hii asubuhi tulipata hiyo habari ya kuhusunisha when I was going to work, na tukajulishwa ya kwamba my brother was no more. Vile tulikuja tukaconfirm, and then I was a bitter woman, knowing very well he's my brother, Ali brother. It really pains and it's really painful. Na ni kweli nilijua hata kile Kashagu alisema vile alisikia ile uchungu ya ndugu yake, I really now feel it. Na sasa ile kitu tungetaka serikali ichukulie hao watu hatua kali kabisa, simply because wao wanajitajirisha na sisi tunaendelea kufifia, simply because sisi tunabaki na jukumu. Ako na bibi, ako na mtoto, we'll take care of those people now. Responsibility imekuwa hard offer to us. Kwa hivyo sio nyumba moja, ni nyumba mingi, na ni kweli tunajaribu kabisa, lakini pia serikali pia ijaribu.
Well, that particular story wraps up our bulletin at this particular moment in time, but we'll be coming to you with more details, stories or reports, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. bulletins, to be specific, The Insight, later on at 9 p.m. Until then, you can visit our website www.lookuptv.co.ke just to get an overview of the stories making headlines across the country and beyond. Until then, you can have yourself a wonderful evening, and like always, God bless.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700 893 542 or send us